The journey of a human life is an incredible story. It begins with a single cell. This cell divides and multiplies. Soon, a tiny embryo forms. Within this embryo, a vital system emerges, the circulatory system. It's responsible for transporting oxygen and nutrients. This system needs a pump, the heart and pathways, the blood vessels. Even before these structures take shape, the building blocks of life, blood cells, are already in production. Our story starts in the yolk sac, a structure connected to the developing embryo. Here, within the mesoderm layer, special cells emerge, hematopoietic stem cells. These cells are remarkable. They have the potential to become any type of blood cell. Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, they all originate from these early progenitors. The yolk sac acts as the first blood cell factory, churning out these essential components of life. This early blood cell production is vital for the embryo's growth. The embryo needs constant nourishment and oxygen. The yolk sac provides the initial supply, but as the embryo grows, a more efficient system is needed. This is where the heart and blood vessels come into play. While blood cells are forming, another crucial development is underway, the formation of the heart. This process begins in the mesoderm layer, near the embryo's head. Here, two separate tubes form. These tubes are destined to become the early heart. These tubes are called the cardiogenic tubes. These tubes are not just lying dormant, they are already pulsating with life. Even before the heart is fully formed, these tubes contract rhythmically. This early, spontaneous beating is a testament to the inherent ability of cardiac cells to generate their own electrical impulses. This property, called automaticity, will be crucial for the heart's function throughout life. As the embryo develops, these two tubes are brought together. They fuse into a single tube, a crucial step in heart development. This single tube, now called the primitive heart tube, is the precursor to the four-chambered heart we have as adults. The single primitive heart tube is just the beginning. This simple tube undergoes a series of complex transformations. It loops and folds, creating the basic structure of the heart. The heart is not yet divided into separate chambers. The division of the heart into four chambers is crucial. This separation allows for efficient blood circulation. Oxygen-rich blood can be pumped to the body. Oxygen-poor blood can be pumped to the lungs. This separation is achieved through a process called septation. Septation involves the formation of walls called septa within the heart. Two main septa are involved, the interatrial septum and the interventricular septum. The interatrial septum divides the upper two chambers of the heart, the atria. The interventricular septum divides the lower two chambers, the ventricles. As the heart develops, the production of blood cells doesn't stop. In fact, it shifts location. The yolk sac, the initial site of blood cell production, is temporary. As the embryo grows, other organs take over this vital role. The liver becomes the primary site of blood cell production during fetal development. This organ, essential for many bodily functions, takes on the added responsibility of hematopoiesis. Later in fetal development, the spleen, an organ involved in filtering blood, also contributes to blood cell production. Finally, as the fetus matures, bone marrow, the soft tissue inside bones, becomes the primary site of blood cell production. This shift highlights the dynamic nature of the developing organism. Different organs step up to meet the changing demands of the growing embryo. Section 5. Hemoglobin's dance, adapting to oxygen's rhythm. The developing fetus faces a unique challenge, obtaining oxygen from its mother's blood. This requires a specialized type of hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells responsible for carrying oxygen. Fetal hemoglobin has a higher affinity for oxygen than adult hemoglobin. This means it can bind to oxygen more readily. This is crucial in the womb, where the fetus relies on the mother's blood for its oxygen supply. As the fetus matures and prepares for life outside the womb, the production of fetal hemoglobin decreases. The production of adult hemoglobin increases. This switch ensures that the baby can efficiently obtain oxygen from the air after birth. Section 6. Finding its place, the heart's journey within. During early development, the heart is not in its final position. It starts higher up in the embryo's chest. As the embryo grows and folds, the heart gradually descends to its final location in the left side of the chest cavity. This descent is influenced by the growth of surrounding organs. The lungs, initially small and undeveloped, grow significantly during fetal development. This growth pushes the heart downwards and towards the left. The heart's final position, slightly tilted to the left, is not just a matter of chance. This orientation allows for optimal space for the heart to beat and pump blood effectively. It also leaves room for the other vital organs in the chest cavity. The heart is not merely a pump that relies on external signals to contract. It possesses an intrinsic ability to beat, a characteristic known as automaticity. This remarkable feature stems from specialized cells within the heart called pacemaker cells. These pacemaker cells are found in specific regions of the heart, including the sinoatrial or SA node, often referred to as the heart's natural pacemaker. The SA node generates electrical impulses that spread throughout the heart, triggering the coordinated contractions that pump blood. This intrinsic rhythmicity is essential for life. It ensures that the heart continues to beat even when disconnected from the nervous system. This property is a testament to the heart's remarkable design, a symphony of cellular activity orchestrated to sustain life. The heart's transformation from a simple tube to a four-chambered pump involves more than just septation. It requires the development of valves. These valves ensure that blood flows in one direction. The heart has four valves: the tricuspid valve, the pulmonary valve, the mitral valve, and the aortic valve. These valves open and close in a synchronized manner. This prevents the backflow of blood. The development of these valves is a complex process. It involves the coordinated growth and differentiation of various cell types. Disruptions to this process can lead to congenital heart defects, highlighting the importance of this intricate developmental dance. Understanding the intricacies of heart development requires a grasp of key anatomical terms. These terms describe the structures involved in the formation of the interatrial and interventricular septa. The septum primum, meaning first septum, is a thin membrane that grows downward from the roof of the common atrium. It divides the single atrium into right and left atria. However, an opening, the foramen primum, initially remains at the lower edge of the septum primum, allowing for continued blood flow between the atria. As development progresses, a second septum, the septum secundum, forms to the right of the septum primum. This septum also has an opening, the foramen ovale. The foramen ovale allows blood to flow from the right atrium to the left atrium, bypassing the lungs, which are not yet functional in the womb. Meanwhile, the interventricular septum, a thick muscular wall, develops between the ventricles, dividing the single ventricle into right and left ventricles. This separation is crucial for separating oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. The development of the heart and blood vessels is a testament to the elegance and complexity of life. From a single cell, a symphony of processes unfolds. These processes give rise to the circulatory system. We've journeyed through the embryo's mesoderm. We've witnessed the birth of blood cells. We've seen the heart's first beats. We've marveled at the formation of its chambers and valves. This intricate dance of cellular differentiation, migration, and fusion culminates in the formation of a perfectly engineered pump. This pump will sustain life for decades to come. The development of the heart is not merely a biological process, it is a marvel of nature. It is a reminder of the intricate beauty hidden within each of us. It is a testament to the power of life itself.